Good afternoon, everybody. This is Tommy Maduro coming to you from BNC Cigar Lounge in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And this is the inaugural video of Rants from the Lounge. And this is where you get to listen to me bloviate and otherwise feed my massive ego on whatever things I want to talk about. Today, we're going to talk about an educated electorate. A friend of mine on Facebook, she posted how she is a Republican because she believes they are wiser than the Democrats. And when she votes Republican, she votes party line. Whatever. You know, I know there's a lot of y'all that are out there, Republicans and Democrats, and that's unfortunate that you do that. And the reason is as a conservative, not all Democrats are bad, and not all Republicans are good. And as a liberal, it's vice versa. And if you take the time to educate yourself on the people that are running for office, educate yourself on their issues, on their background, if you just take the time, I think you would see that that's the case. That Democrats aren't the ultimate evil, Republicans aren't the ultimate evil. There's good on both sides. But again, it comes down to having an educated electorate. We, as the people of the United States, need to take the time to learn, to know. We need to get out of this ADHD, cultural ADHD that we have, where we have to break everything down into a 10-second soundbite, and that's what we base our entire opinions on. No, that's just BS. Because in 10 seconds, you cannot make an informed opinion. It's absurd. So why not take the time to learn about the people that you're electing into office? Why not take the time to truly learn about the issues that are important, if they're important, how they're going to affect you, how they're not going to affect you. I mean, it's not rocket science, people. It just takes a little bit of your time. Because the unfortunate aspect of what we're doing in having this attention span of a gnat type of electorate that we currently do is that we end up with our senators and representatives not doing the job that we hired them in for, that we elected them in for, and that's legislating. See, what's happening is they're now passing that legislative power off to the bureaucracy. Really? You give so much power to the FDA, you give so much power to the EPA, you give so much power to the FCC, that you can't even go back? The Supreme Court tells you, well, you gave them the power, you're going to have to legislate a way to take it away from them. So now we have this system in place in which the legislators don't legislate. All they do is try to get reelected. They pass that power on to the bureaucracy, and I don't know about you, but I sure as hell can't elect out a bureaucratic official, right? And now we have this system of government that's legislation through regulation. Think about that. No longer are our elected officials responsible for the decisions that are made by the bureaucracy. They've basically given the bureaucracy carte blanche to make decisions on our behalf. As U.S. citizens, Now the bureaucracy is attempting to make decisions on our behalf and tell us what is legal and what is not. And I find that rather unsettling. Again, it goes back to responsibility. Who's responsible for those decisions? Who's responsible for saying, yes, something is legal, no, something isn't? That's the folks that we elected into office, right? No, not anymore. Because of this legislation by regulation. And we have no recourse against the regulations that are being pushed out by the bureaucracy. There's nothing that we can do to hold the bureaucracy accountable. We just can't. We can't elect somebody new in as the head of the BLM. We have no control over that. So, folks, the next time you're going to the polls, think about that. Think about what your representative is really doing, what your senator is really doing. Are they there for your best interest? Or are they just trying to get reelected? Because the way I see it, folks, is if we continue down this path, then we as the U.S. citizenry have no recourse at all concerning what is done with our lives. We've lost all that freedom because of the way our government is being run anymore. All I ask is that you take a couple minutes. Think about the candidates. Go out, do a little research. If it's an incumbent, look at their voting record. If it's somebody new, but they've held political office before at the state level, look at the voting record. Look at what they did. Look at their legislation. Look at, learn a little bit about the individuals. Because in the end, I want more freedoms. I don't want less. And the way things are going, we're headed for a lot less freedoms. Anyway, I'm Tommy Maduro, and this was Rants from the Lounge.